So today our class is data types in C program. Okay, here you can see data types in C language with example programs. Okay, the C language has a rich set of data types to handle different kinds of data entered by programmer. Basically, data type informs compiler about how much a declared declared variable required to store input. Data types are used extensively for declaring variables and functions of different types. Okay, nothing but here you can see, suppose we can store any value. Okay, data types nothing but holding the values. Holding the values. Any data type value can hold here. Okay. Next, when the value is stored, that value is stored in basically in memory location. Okay, then how much memory required for the data? Okay, that is here. Okay, next there are three different types of data types are there: primary data primary data type, derived data type, user defined data type. Primary data type, derived data type, and user defined data type. Okay, on that first one, primary data type. On that first one, primary data type. Okay, primary data types are those which are already defined in programming languages, also known as inbuilt data types. Inbuilt data types. Okay, what are the data types are already built in that programming defined in the programming languages? Those are called primary data types. Primary data type also called fundamental data type, basic data type, basic data type and fundamental data type. Okay, these data types are basic building blocks of any programming language, and numerous composite data types are constituted from this basic types. Okay, we can check the memory size of any variable by using size of operator. Any variable. Okay, operator and a format specified. Okay, percentile value you can use. Okay, here by using this one you can read information. What is the information of a particular data type? Those are okay. So you can find it. Okay, suppose integer data type is a floating data type, character data type, string data type. Which data type size you want? There you can use size of operator. There you can use size of operator. By using size of operator, how much size the data? Okay, suppose integer data is there, data type is there, then the size of integer data type. Next, floating point data type is there, then their size of floating point data type. Those are we can find out by using size of operator. By using size of operator, when you can read those data type values by using this scanf. What is that one arguments percentile you can use, and by using that one only you can find out the size. Okay, next primary data types. Here you can see characters, integers, floating points, void. Okay, all memory size mentioned are 32-bit system. All memory size mentioned are 32-bit system. Okay, our computer operating system is 32-bit system. Okay, on that system, these characters, integer, floating point, and void. Okay, those sizes now we can see here. Okay, next first one character data type. Okay, here a single character in C is of char type, char data type. Character stores 8-bit or 1 byte. 8-bit or 1 byte information. Okay, 8-bit of memory, and the character can also be signed and unsigned. Okay, syntax is there. There is no dedicated character type in C language. Char is same as integer type. Char is just a smallest integer type. So like any other integer type, it can be signed or unsigned. The character here 1 byte minus 128 to 127 percentile is the reading character. Signed character 1 byte minus 128 to 127 percentile C. Unsigned also same. Now we print out the size of character by using size of operator. Here size of within the bracket you can mention character data type. That's why you can take ch. Okay. Next, integer data type. Integer, as name suggests, used to hold only integer values. Generally, an integer stores values in range limited minus 21474834482. Okay, 3647. A signed integer uses 1 bit for sign out of 16 bits. Okay, the integer classified into three classes of storage with both signed and unsigned qualifier based on the range of values held by him. Okay, the next one here, data types, range, limit, format specified. Here you can see. Okay, short integer. Okay, to range is to write minus 32,768 to 32,767. Here format specifier percentage HD. Unsigned short int. Okay, there 2 is the range, limit is 0 to 65,535 bits. Next format specifier percentage H. Next int 4 range 0 to 4 4294967 bytes percentage. And integer long int here you can see. Okay, same as it is. Okay, percentage LD. Unsigned long int 4 bytes range 0 to this one and percentage LU. And integer unsigned long int here you can see 8 bytes. Next 0 to 18 446 744 073 709. This is the range of the limit of that, and format specifier is this one percentage LL. Long int. That's why two times you can take L. Next, floating point value. Okay, data type float used to store real numbers in 32-bit with up to 6 decimal points precision. Up to 6 decimal point precision. The double type also similar to float store in 64 bits with more accurate precision up to 14 decimals, and the long double further extended the precisions using 80 bits and 19 decimal places. Now, data type size range limit format specifier. Okay, float size is 4, double size is 8, long double size is 12. Okay. Next, void type. Void type nothing but void is considered a data type and usually specifies function return types. A void keyword used as a placeholder. A void keyword is used as a placeholder where you would put a data type to represent no data. There you can put void. A void plays an important role of generic type programming to achieve runtime polymorphism, a bit similar groups languages. Polymorphism nothing but many forms. Okay, many ways or many forms. Your function with no return type value and no arguments, void function you can use. Okay, we can use return type or arguments. There we can't use void. Okay, where we can't use return type and no arguments, there we can use void. Next, okay, next one user defined data type. User defined data type. Okay. First one what basic data type or fundamental data type. Okay, next an inbuilt data type. Next data type is user defined data type. The data type derived from existing data types are called user defined data type. You can create customized data type to extend a built-in type that already available. Okay, already available data type is there. We can depend on that and we can define newly. Okay, those are called user can define new data types depend on basic data type. Okay, those are called user defined data types. Okay, type def enum used to create user defined data types. Advantages of user defined data types is that it increases the program readability when we can use, okay, user defined data type. in data types. Okay, that is increased the readability of program. Okay, readability of program increasing purpose we are using. Okay, user defined data types. User defined data types. Okay, type def. Here, type def allows user to define the identifier which would present an existing data type. Which would present an existing data type. This defined data type can be used to declare variables. Declaring variable purpose, we are using type def data type. Type def, okay, data type, that is a user defined data type. When we can use type def keyword before that data type, then increases readability. Okay, enum. Enum is a keyword and day is the user defined data type that is used to declare the variables within the curly braces. Within the curly braces is mainly used to assign names to integral parts. Okay, we can also explicitly assign the enumeration constants like enum space day, okay, opening braces, curly braces, and closing braces. Between these two, you can mention days. Okay, weekdays, 7 days are there, those 7 days you can enter here. Next, enum state, next working is equal to 1, failed is equal to 0. Working days you can mention with 1 and Sunday with mention with 0. Okay, explicitly assignment. Okay, here we are using two types of okay, what are the first one is basic data type, next user defined data type is over. Okay, next one derived data type. Next one what derived data type. Okay, here derived data type derived from primitive data types are called a derived data type. Primitive data types are called a derived data type. Derived data types used to add some functionality to the basic data type as per program requirement. Okay, any more requirement you want by user, okay, or programmer want any other additional usages of data types. Those data types are created by user and those data types based on that primitive data type. There is no primitive data type, we can't derive any data type. Okay, there one primitive data type is there, from that primitive data type only we can derive the other data types, that is called derived data type. Derived data types are formed by grouping of two or more primary types. Okay, derived data type nothing but we can form group of two or more primary data types is called a derived data type. Derived data type have extended the scope of C language. Derived data types extended the scope of C language. Okay, there is no derived data type, C language can't extend it. Okay, next here, following are the derived data types, pointers, arrays, unions, and structures. Pointers, arrays, unions, and structures. These are the examples of okay, derived data type. These are the examples of derived data type. Okay, next pointer. It is useful. It is useful and powerful feature of the C language. It is powerful feature that C language supports. It provides user an ability to access memory and address of variable. It can access memory and address of variable functions, etc. Pointers can reference any data type, basic or derived data type. Pointers are reference any data type. These are the reference of any data type. When we are using pointers, when we are using pointers, pointer can store address of another variable. Pointer can store address of another variable. Suppose you can see here I is equal to 10 int star j. Here j is the pointer integer. Next that j stores the I address. I address. Okay. What is the definition of pointer? Pointer nothing but it stores the address of another variable. Here two variables are there, I and j variables are there. J is the pointer variable. Okay, I is what normal variable. Okay, that normal variable address stored in pointer variable. Normal Okay, a variable is there. That nullable variable hold or store a value. That value, okay, assigned a particular address. That address stored in pointer variable. Okay, that is the definition of a pointers. Pointers nothing but here we can store. It can store address of another variable. It can store address of another variable. That is called a pointer. Okay. Next one, arrays. Here you can see any other what are those data types, they can hold only one variable or only one value. Only one value they can hold. But in arrays, we can hold more than one value at a time, but those all values are same data type. But those all values are same data type. Here you can see an array is collection of data or finite ordered collection of homogeneous data. Homogeneous nothing but same. Okay, suppose you can take integer values on that, then all are integers. Then all are integer values. Okay, you can take here floating point type, float data type, then all are floating point value. You can take here character, then all are character. You can take here string, then here also string. Okay, next here homogeneous data element, group of or collection of elements, those all are same data type or homogeneous data type is called okay arrays. Okay, those all elements are stored in contiguous memory location. What are the elements are stored? Collection of elements. Those all are homogeneous data and stored in contiguous memory locations. Arrays also referred as a structured data type. Arrays also referred as a structured data type. If can often be defined as collection of variables of same type. Array is defined using square brackets which define array size. When you can mention the size of array, okay, within the square brackets only you can mention there how much size of that array. Okay, you can't mention the size here, then what are the elements? Okay, those elements are inside the curly braces, that is the size of that array. That array assume that is the size of that array. Suppose you can mention with square bracket the size, then that is the size of array. In curly brackets, those are the size of that array. Next, structure. Structured data type in C language allows us to group together relative data of different types together. Okay, here you can see in structures, different data types are bound together. Different data types are bound together here. Okay, when we can use structured data type on that structured data type, okay, their struct is the keyword. Their struct is the keyword. They struct by using that struct keyword to define, okay, that is the structure. Okay, closing brackets in the structure type declaration must be followed by semicolon. When the starting and ending of braces of structure, there must and should followed by semicolon. Then structure is over. You can't mention there semicolon, then that is not terminated. Structure not terminated. Okay. When you can mention semicolon, then that is the termination of that structure. Okay. Here structure nothing but what are the information inside the structure. Those values are those different data types you can mention here. The character name. Name is a character data type. Rule number is what is the number integer value. Next percentage also what how much percentage you got in then plus what is that 98.4% like that. Those are floating point values. That way here percentage is floating data type. Roll number constant value, then that is called integer. Next name have the characters, then name is a character data type. And previous one you can see here arrays. Arrays nothing but what here group of elements, those all are same data type. Group of elements, those all are same data type, and those all are homogeneous data type. Those all are homogeneous data type elements. Okay, that's why arrays are group of elements, those all are same data type or homogeneous data types. Those elements are stored at contiguous memory location. Stored at contiguous memory location. Arrays also referred as structured data type. Okay, but here structures and arrays, these are heterogeneous data types. These are heterogeneous data type. Okay, here in structure you can see character data type, integer data type, floating point data type. Heterogeneous nothing but different data types are stored here. Different data types are stored here. Okay, that's why this is called a structure. That's why this is called a structure. Next one, unions are there. Okay, union also same as this, but difference between structure and union. Structure can store information any what is that one? What are the information is there? That information stored in different location, but union can store the memory location at a particular space. All what are the information inside, what are the data types inside that union, those all are stored at a single memory location. Structures can't store like that. A structure can store separately each and every data type, and each and every data type allocate a separate memory space. But union can assign what are the data types are there. Those all data types are stored at a particular memory location. Okay. Arrays are group of what are the elements are there. Those are stored in contiguous memory location in arrays. Okay. Here you can see. Okay. What are the topic data types? Data types are nothing but what there are three types of data types are there. Okay, those primitive data type, user defined data type, okay, derived data type. Okay, these three are the data types are there in C language, but primitive data type is common for all languages. Okay, derived data type, these are depend on primitive data type, and user defined data types. User can define data types. Those okay depend on user usages. Those depend on user usages. Okay. Next, on the primary data type, what are the primary data type? Primary data type also called what basic data type or fundamental data type. Okay, primary data type also basic data type, data type. Okay, okay, ma'am. Next, here primary data type. When we can find out the what are the data types in that our C language, those data type variables memory size. Memory size checking purpose, we are using size of operator. Size of a operator. Okay, size of operator syntax. Okay, you can write down like this way. Size of character. Okay, next size of ch. Size of ch. This is the reading purpose. Reading what is the size of value, what is the size of character. Here read. Okay, size of. Okay. Next character nothing but here single character. Okay, suppose some of the arrays we can use character array. There must and should you can do the single quotation mark. Single quotation mark. Example char cha single quotation mark. Character nothing but those are enclosed with single quotation mark. Those are called characters. And double quotation mark is there. Then that is called a string. Okay, this is string and this is a character. This is string and this is character. Okay. Next here you can see integer values in integers as the name suggests used to hold only integer values. Generally an integer stores values in range limit. Okay, minus 21474836482 21474836447. Okay, this is the range of integer. Okay, here signed integer and unsigned integers are there. Okay, signed integer uses 1 bit per sign out of 16 bits. Out of 16 bit, one is for sign. Next, the integer classified into three classes of storages with both signed and unsigned. Signed and unsigned. Okay, and qualifier based on the range of values held by them. Okay, what are the ranges are there? Those ranges are okay are shown below. You can see here. ranges: short int, unsigned short int, unsigned int, long int, unsigned long int, next long int, unsigned long int. These are different types of okay data types in C languages. Okay, you can use these different data types, and you can also uh, what are the ranges are there? Those ranges and limits are there. With those you can use, and some of the format specifiers are there. By using those format specifiers, you can find out how much size of that data type. Okay, you can identify by using that.